Okay, and then how to do this valve clearance check and also this valve adjusting. And this work starts so that when we have engine, first we need to take this cylinder head cover, what is in here. That way we need to take that cover out. It is our first task. And then when cover is out, we have to look this camshafts areas in here. And there is this timing chain or belt. And our target is then to measure these valves in this valve clearance so that we need to rotate these camshafts and then we need to insert one specific tool in here and then we can check this valve clearance. Okay, good. And then we continue. Okay, hello and welcome. And then I am planning to show you that how to adjust this engine's valve clearance. And this valve clearance is amount that how much there is difference in between this camshaft and then this valve what is moving in here. And if this valve clearance and this valve cap becomes too big, then we have a noisy and very hard moving and running engine. And that's this valve clearance is really important thing, and we can adjust this valve clearance in many ways. In some cars we have some screw what we need to rotate, and some high quality cars like in that Toyota engine there are those small metallic plates or then even metallic caps what are different this thickness, that they are low thickness and high thickness plates in here. Okay, and then we continue. Okay, and then when I am planning to measure this engine's this valve clearance, what we need. First one is that we need this valve clearance tool, and this tool is full of these very thin metallic plates in that way. And there is in all of these plates there is number like 0.20 and 0.25, and there is all measurement in this starting point is 0. This is smallest 0.05, this is smallest, and the thickest is 0.95 millimeters, and these are millimeters. First I need that kind of tool, and then I need in some service manual or in car manufacturer's handbook that what is this my valve clearance amounts. And here I have in cold engine, this is cold. There is intake valve, what is that area? This is intake camshaft. All in these areas valves, this gap should be 0.15 millimeters to 0.25 millimeters. And that means that now I need to start in this smallest one plate in here, what is 0.15 in here, and I need to check that how it goes inside between that gap in here. And then there's exhaust valve amounts, they are 0.25 to 0.4, and this is exhaust manifold area. And how I can know that what is exhaust? Exhaust is always when these exhaust manifold holes they are black, and intake are always clean. Okay, and then when I have tool and then those amounts that what these clearances should be, we can see in here. Then I need to rotate these camshafts in some way. And for that purpose I have socket and wrench, and then I need to insert that my socket to crankshaft bolt, and let's go to do that next. Okay, and here we have this crankshaft bolt. It is in here, this bolt in here, and I need to insert my thing, this 19mm socket. This is 19, and this socket fits in that bolt. And then I insert my frames. Then I should to rotate that my tool in this direction, that this chain and belt moves in that way. And now I start to rotate, and then when we look this upper one, we can see that how these parts are moving, and they are moving in so nicely. Good. And when I rotate in here below, this chain moves this camshaft. Excellent. And then we go to look this valves next. Okay, and here is then this valve, and then when I rotate this my tool, this here, that way, this valves moves. Good. And actually camshafts moves, and then in here inside valves moves. And then I start to measure this my valve, and there's idea that if I am measuring like this cylinder versus this hole in this valve clearance, I need to rotate this camshaft so that this camshaft's heads, these points are up. Okay, and let's look. I rotate. Now they are coming up. Okay, and now they are totally up. Good. They should be in that way. Good. Now they looks good. Okay, and then I take my tool. And these areas, and they are intake valve, and the cap clearance should be 0.15 to 0.20. Okay, and I start my job first that I take this 0.10, because this is like bad amount if this blade goes in between in that way. Or actually it is not bad, because it can be this 0.15. Okay, and this is like good amount, and then I take my measurement tolerance, what was 0.15. Here we have 0.15 blade, and this is like minimum tolerance, and this goes nicely, and I move that in this way. Good. And this is like minimum is okay, and then I check this maximum, what is this, 0.25 in that way, and this is the most highest level what we can accept. And now this is quite thick to move, and it is like okay, it goes just, there is a little bit resistant in there. Then I check that if there is 0.3, then this clearance is too big. And let's choose 0.2. Yes, 0.3. This one. Okay, 0.3. Good. This is suitable for our purpose. Good. And if this metallic plate goes in here inner, then we have too big valve clearance, and I need to then replace this adjusting cap or chin. Now if this goes in there, I have too big valve clearance, and this don't move. This is good. Look, now it is like stuck, and that means that now my valve clearance is okay in here. Okay, excellent. This is good. And then I check also this another one in here, the second valve, because there is 2 valves per cylinder. And now it seems that this in here, this is too big. This is like cancelled. There is too big tolerance. It is 0.3 and it goes in there. It takes contact, but this is maybe a little bit too big, and I check that how much it is big, because I need to then take a little bit bigger. There's 0.35. It's the next thicker measurement, and I insert that in here. Okay, and it goes also. Okay, bad. Then I need to take even bigger 0.4. It is in here. This is 0.4. So now it means that this tolerance is, if this one goes, okay, now it takes contact. Okay, that means that when this takes contact, there is too much gap. This 0.40 minus this maximum. Let's look. There is this maximum amount was 0.25, and now I had this 0.40, and now when we calculate, there is difference 0.15 millimeter. And that means that now I need to insert in there 0.5 millimeter thicker this adjusting cap, and or this chin plate in here, in that one. In that cylinder I need to add now thicker this adjusting plate, because in here I have too big this tolerance in that valve. Okay, and then where we can get those measurement plates? Like in this my car, for this Toyota car. Toyota use that kind of metallic adjusting caps, and there is about 20 to 40 different thickness of these adjusting caps, and this thickness is made in the bottom area. There is 51 is there text in this inside area in here. 51, can we see? 51 is there this amount, and I take a little bit light next that we can see. Okay, and here I have this first my adjusting cap, and there inside, when I have light in here, we can look that there is 3/8 in there inside. Look, 3/8. 3/8 is this amount, and that means that this cap for this central area, and then this part, this thickness in here is 0.38 millimeter is this thickness. And then I have another cap what is in my hand, and then when we look in there inside, there is 5.1 text in there. Can we see 5.1 in there inside? There is this 5.1 text in here up area. Maybe we can just see 5.1, and it means that this thickness in that top area and then this inside center area, it is 0.51 millimeters, and it means that this is thicker, like 5.1. there is this text 5.1 millimeter, and then that one is smaller. This is 0.38 millimeters. There is this amount in there, this distance. And so we need to then, we need to adjust. We need to first take that old cap away. And now I don't know that how thick is that. And then I need to purchase new, little bit thicker this cap from this Toyota dealership. And Toyota can deliver these caps in really fast. This delivery time is about 1 day in US and in Europe, and in all other areas like in Africa, Middle East, and then South America. They will deliver within a couple of days. And these caps, they are different size and if you know your car register plate and serial number, Toyota will get these valve adjusting caps really fast. Okay, and these caps cost about 5 to 10 US dollar per piece. And then when we replace that cap, then we don't have this bad noise in our valve area. Because if there is too much this valve clearance, it happens so that this valve I have in here, this engine's valve, it takes contact in this inside area. And if there is gap, this makes that kind of bad sound. And when it makes in 1000 turns per minute, we can hear this knocking, and this is the make. Okay, that kind of information. And in some cars we can insert in here small those adjusting plates in here. Okay, and then we continue. That we can see what is this measurement in here. Okay, and then when I have loosened these bolts, I can lift bearing out and this bearing out, and then this camshaft is free. It is now it looks like that. It should move, and I a little bit move that in here, in these areas, and this opens. Good. And then I take also these intake areas bearings out. I have already loosened these bearing caps, and in here now this intake area is also a little bit carefully I move in here. Okay. It is a little bit stuck, but now it's free. Okay. Good. And then if we are planning to install this back, there is same idea that we install this back, these camshafts, and then bearings, and same idea. And then we continue, and we can look these valves in here. Okay, and now when camshafts are away, we can see these camshafts caps in here. And when I like to take this out, I can lift this out in that way using my hand in that way, or then if they are stuck, I can very carefully tongs in that way, and carefully I have this longer tongs, and I can lift this camshaft out in that way. And in there we have this camshaft valve cap, and there is this valve in here and valve spring. Okay, and then we continue. Okay, and now when I am planning to, I need to replace that valve cap. I have take camshaft out, and then I have long tongs, and I can lift this my measurement cap away, and there is then this my current cap is 0.25 millimeter in here, and I need to add in there a little bit thicker cap, and here I had this another caps where is this distance in 0.33, and it is like almost 1 millimeter thicker, but I need maybe a little bit thicker plate. And here I have more, there is 51, and this is 3/8. This is excellent cap, what is thicker. My current cap was 25, and it is in here. There is text in 25. I take liked, first this I liked, and when we look in inside there's text in their up area inside 25 in their code we can see 25. Excellent, and this is original, and I had a little bit thicker. What is this? 38, and this is like 38 and 25. This is 0.13 millimeter thicker. And now I insert that yellow one in here, and now I believe that this my cap clearance adjustment is okay. So easy. Okay, good. And then we can continue.